fastball special?
No way, bub. That didn't go so well for me last time.
I said fastball special.
Can we even talk about this? This is bull.
Smash those pre-orders at Dorkside Toys.
Okay, people, welcome back to another Fwoosh review. Today, let's take a look at the Hasbro Marvel Legends 80th Anniversary Wolverine and Hulk. And yeah, I realize this is kind of an older set. I'm catching up with a bunch of older stuff, but I kind of put this off because it's a bit anticlimactic, I guess. I already have both of these figures in either one form or another. Hulk, at least one other, and Wolverine in several. But I finally looked at this set and I said, dang it, I like that Wolverine. I especially like the Hulk. I got my 80th anniversary Thor and Captain America and Iron Man. They're ready to have a classic Hulk with them. Looking at the package, it's your standard 80th anniversary fare with the black and the little dots and the design. It's minimalistic, but at the same time, it makes everything behind the window just pop. Wolverine and Hulk in their title fonts. Warning down here, don't put it in your mouth. On the side, classic comic renditions of the Hulk. On the back, Wolverine, Hulk, bios for both. The original comic where Wolverine debuted. You think that's the only reason we got this Wendigo as a Build-A-Figure in this line? I don't know. Down here, more warnings. Don't put this in your mouth in other countries either. On the other side, that original artwork for Wolverine with the whiskers and such. On the top, the very smooth, dynamic Marvel in gloss black against the matte black. On the bottom, legalese, there's your barcode. I'm gonna get this open. Hulk's kind of heavy, and I'm gonna see what's going on here. They try their damnedest to put some empty space around the claws so they won't warp up and stuff, but I guess they just come out of the factory like that. Plus, getting them out of the blister is no easy feat anymore. Hulk, heaviest there is. Come on. Okay, something I noticed right off the bat, this left leg kicks out because of how it was packaged. So the plastic either cooled like that or it was so long in that position that it's stuck like that now. So what I'm gonna do is go heat it up, hold it in position, cool it down real quick, and hopefully it'll hold. You can see the boot just... As far as the claws go though, they just move around. Oh, well, that's not bad. Getting them to stay like that, though, is the chore. A little bit of heat, softened up. It looks like just heating it is going to be enough. It's already returned to its original position. The inner disc right there is now straight. It was like, oop. So as this cools, it should straighten out. But while heating it up, I also noticed this gap on the left thigh. The right is flush, the left not so much. I tried heating it up and pulling it apart. I haven't got it apart yet, but you can see down in there a little extra plastic. I'm just gonna try to slice a little bit of that away. I need to get more heat on it. When I cut away a minute ago, that was right here. There appears to be some flash or some extra plastic down here too. I don't know if this will even work, but it can't hurt, right? As long as I don't cut away on the mushroom head, it should go on just as tight. I'm just trying to figure out what's holding it open a little bit. A lot of people ask about heat and pop or bull and pop. It's essentially the plastic of this part, the socket, is softer than the plastic of the peg. So you just take some heat, you soften it up enough to where you can pop it off. Now this wasn't meant to come apart, so I can't just push it back on. I've got to go back in there. Well, can I? Oh, well, I'll be damned. Look at that. Usually you have to reheat it, soften it up, get it back on there, but it went back together. And I've still got a little gap, but it doesn't seem as bad as it did. Either way, that's enough surgery for this episode of Robo Likes to Tear His Toys Apart. Looking at the Wolverine figure, it's what we've come to love with the new Hasbro body for Wolverine himself. It's short, it's stocky, it's Wolverine sized. I don't think they could ever use this for anybody else because of the proportions. But the thing about this body, they can swap in parts and pieces for different looks of Wolverine, and Logan's had a few over the years. They've left the torso smooth so they can paint in any tiger stripes they want. These holes on the shoulders for the shoulder pads, you can change those out to the bigger ones, the smaller ones, whatever era you want. Here it's this first appearance look where they were kind of small and sticking off, but it's genius that they did it this way, because if this was attached to the body, it would have gotten in the way of rotation, and if they had attached it solid to the arm, you wouldn't have been able to raise it. As is, it rotates as you come up. It also rotates as you go around. The only thing you have to do is remember to put it back whenever you come back to a neutral pose. And then we've seen different boots with different figures, but this one we got with the brown. I think we got with the yellow. Same for the claws. I'm not the biggest fan of these. They're thin. they're kind of loose inside the hole where they're stuck. And I've seen some third-party metal ones. I actually have a pair in there, but we'll wait for a play day for that. And then there was the X-Force Wolverine with the big chunky claws, which I kind of like better, but man, are they stylized. Same thing with the belt. It's loose, it floats, so they can switch out any look they want for it to. And then finally with the head, it's that first appearance, little-eared look before Marvel decided, hey, we're going to make these super huge come up, and it's going to get bigger and bigger until past the 90s, and then we're going to shrink it down further and further. But it's a good look, at least when it comes to first appearances. He looks kind of mean underneath. The whiskers are nicely painted on there for the most part. I noticed there's a little bit of black line missing right there, but I'll chalk it up to Wolverine being a crazy guy. Because seriously, who puts a dude in bright yellow and baby blue into a forest in a snowstorm to hunt down the Hulk? Come on. Comic books are awesome. And speaking of the Hulk, ooh, yes, it's nice to finally get some heavy, just broad, bulky Hulks. And even though I've looked at the San Diego version of this with its more dark, modern colors, seeing this in gamma green, ooh, that takes me back. And at first glance you think, oh, it's just green, it's just the plastic, but there is some yellow highlights here and there just to make it a little bit more gamma. And that just plays perfectly off the purple pants. Great wrinklage to the pants, very beautiful texture to it. It's a nice contrast against the smoothness of the skin. Although it's not all smooth, you can see some veins sticking out here and there, the heavy musculature, and then even down on the feet you get that color gradient between yellow and green. They didn't paint the toenails, kind of a shame to not bring those out a little bit, same with the fingernails, but that's okay. Again, comic books. And then up at the noggin, you get a classic look for Banner. Oh, sorry, Hulk. He's mean, he's green, he's gritting his teeth, he's got the angry brow. It's Savage Hulk. It's not my perfect 70s style Hulk that we got with the face-off, but this is damn close. I just talked myself out of it. I was droning on and on about the bicep twisting on the shoulder, but also twisting at here. So you can get the shoulder out of place if you're not careful. If that bicep was in place, you could only turn the arm in this far, but with the extra twist at the elbow you can bring it all the way in, so there is rotation. God dang, I gotta quit inadvertently doing that. Going over articulation, there is a hinge at the top of the neck with the ball going up into the head. Can look up this far. Buries the chin. No tilt, there's just not enough crevice under there. Swivels. I was gonna say butterfly shoulder, but it's stuck on this side. You can see you get full range over here, and the shoulder pad does kind of get in the way right there. There's some movement, but for some reason it's stopping before I get all the way back. Okay, there we go. The shoulder pad is pegged into the shoulder. The shoulder hinges up to almost 90, swivels around, swivel at the bicep. Double elbow comes up to 90. They gave Logan a big bicep, it gets in the way. Hinge, swivel. Hinge at the torso cranks all the way forward. Not so much back. Swivel at the waist. Hip hinges up past 90. Back, out, not bad, not great, but not bad. Swivel at the thigh. Double knee, not quite. He's got these helmet horns on his boots, which also has its own swivel. Hinge at the ankle goes back. Forward, not too much. And then forward facing pin for rocker. For Hulk, there is a dumbbell joint up at the top. Ball going down into the neck, ball going up into the head. Up, not bad. Down, swivel, nice amount of tilt. Butterfly shoulder does not come forward, but goes way back. That's for wind up punches. Arm hinges out, swivels around. Swivel at the bicep. Hinge at swivel elbow comes up to about 90, and then that also swivels down there. Hinge at the wrist with some swivel. Ball joint in the torso, not bad. You get some forward, you get some arc back, some tilt. Swivel at the waist. Hip hinges up. It does rotate as you come up as it hits the crotch piece. Back, not really worth mentioning. Out, actually better than Wolverine. Swivel at the thigh. Double knee, nope. Hinge at the ankle comes all the way back. Forward a little bit. Forward facing pin for rocker. For accessories, Wolverine comes with 2 clawed hands. Those just pop right out. And the fists pop right in. And they also have the claw covers right there on the back. And I think this might be the Wolverine I display without claws. Every Wolverine does not have to have claws in the display. Sometimes he's just standing there, looking cool, sniffing the air. For Hulk in the package, he comes with 1 open hand on the right and a fist on the left, but those also pop out. And there's an alternate fist for the right and an open hand for the left. So you can have 2 fists, or you can have 2 open hands. Man, I love options. It's too bad he can't reach to hold his fist in his hand. I wish the butterflies came forward. They don't mind the butterfly cutouts on the front for Wolverine. I don't know why they didn't do it for Hulk. And then he comes with a ripped up shirt collar. I don't see Banner being able to fit a collar this big, because this is what it looks like on Wolverine. But again, comic books, I'm cool with it. It's a nice rubbery soft piece. I mean, this is really rubbery. I wish they would make all capes out of this material. And that just lays over his shoulders. And I really dig this look. It adds to the savageness, but it does throw off some TV show Ferrigno vibes. Size-wise, this is amazing. Look how small Wolverine is. Look how big Hulk is. Wolverine stands at about 5.5 inches tall, while Hulk stands at about 8.5. Here's first appearance of Wolverine with just some of the other Hasbro Wolverines we've gotten so far. The belt is reused from this Wolverine, and then here's a different belt over here. Here's some different boots plugged into the same body, some different forearms, some different legs all together over here, and then different heads all the way across. But the thing that stands out to me the most between these 5 is the consistency in size. It's the same character, it should be the same size. I am perfectly good with this body. Here's Wolverine with a modern Sabretooth, and then the Toy Biz first appearance Sabretooth. This is pretty good. This is one of the few Toy Biz figures I still have left, even though it's a little bit lanky. I'd like to see it modernized a little bit, but still first appearance, you know what I mean. Here he is with Grumpy Jimmy Hudson, and then Puck, Sunfire, and Cyclops. To give you an idea of how short this body actually is, it's Wolverine sized. That's all you have to say. And then with the Hasbro Omega Red and the Toy Biz Lady Deathstrike. At some point in my collecting career, I repainted this, I forgot all about it, and I found it in the bin the other day. Would I like an updated one? Yes, but for now, she's gonna go on the shelf. And then here's Hulk with the San Diego Comic-Con Modern Retro version. Same bodies, same sculpt. There is a little bit more shading on the purple of the pants than the other, but I dig this green a lot more. I like the more classic look of the head, and you get 2 fists. But then here's the Hulk with the Build-A-Figure Sasquatch? Nope. Build-A-Figure Wendigo, or Wendigo if you're nasty, and then the Build-A-Figure Juggernaut with the Marvel Select Juggernaut head. Just good size between the 3 of them. There is going to be a city that gets leveled if these 3 were to fight. Here he is with the face-off Hulk with the screaming face and the huge-ass feet, and then War Hulk? Was that what that was? Here's 2 of the Hasbro Marvel Legends Build-A-Figure Hulks, Gladiator Hulk and Smart Hulk. Get in the frame, buddy. And then here's the Hasbro Marvel Legends Abomination and the Marvel Select Abomination. I like this, but it's a big honkin' brick of a figure. And I like this general design, but man, those are some stubby legs. Is it too early to ask for an Abomination redo? I think I'm okay with the torso and arms. The legs need to be a little bit longer and thicker. And then there is this. It's a little bit disturbing, but beautiful at the same time. So at the end of the day, very nice, different version of Logan, and more than adequate upgrade for a Hulk I just got a month ago. That's being very diplomatic, huh? Don't get me wrong, I love having different versions of some of my favorite characters, and I love a lot of characters. I don't mind having a classic Hulk along with a modern Hulk. That just means I have Hulks for different displays. And the same goes for Wolverine. I see it all the time. Why do they keep making Wolverines? So sick of Wolverine. Well, he has a lot of costumes. He has a lot of fans. The different eras have a lot of fans. And it's Wolver-f***ing-reen. That just came out. I meant to say freaking, but we'll go with it. I feel like we're in a golden age of action figures where I don't mind the avalanche of stuff we're getting at this point. They finally nailed both a Wolverine and a Hulk body. Give me it in all the different flavors. Make up for the years where we didn't get X-Men or Hulk. And they're doing their damnedest to catch up. And that does not bother me in the least. Bring it on, I'll buy them all. But you may be different. You may be a fan of a very specific time frame in the comics, a very specific team of X-Men, a very specific Hulk run. So Hasbro giving us all these different versions. Here's this Wolverine, first appearance, here's X-Force, here's Jim Lee, here's Yellow, here's Brown, here's Madripoor. Hell, we got the pantyhose face one. That allows people to skip what they don't want and wait for their perfect version, because at this pace, they're going to get to it eventually. I will have my Astonishing X-Men team at some point in the future. And then my Giant Size X-Men, and then my Outback X-Men to go with the Jim Lee X-Men I didn't even know I needed. It just keeps going on, and I'm loving every minute of it. So if you enjoyed this review, or this love fest of plastic and moving joints, comment, like, subscribe. I'll catch you on the Fwoosh.